Okay, get my voice going here. We're going to color in some pan pastels. Got some happy mail, got some ideas over here on my notes. Wait a few minutes till everybody comes in. All right, let me see here. Hello, lurkers. Good morning. I found another wax seal person. Very cool. Let's see. Hi, Carol, Ashley, Icy, Kat, Tina. Good morning, everybody. Happy marvelous Monday, as Julie says. How's everybody doing? How's your weekend? I want to do some pan pastels, but I got some happy mail to show first. So we got happy mail to show. Hi, Beth, Shelly, Sandra. Got my lemon water in case Rachel pops in. Let's see. Paula loves art. Dawn. I cut my finger this morning, so I have a little band-aid on there. Hopefully that'll keep it from bleeding. Let's see. Who else? Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hi, sister. Hey. Hey, girl. Hey. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. I think I've said hi to everybody so far coming in. Let's see. Oh, it's okay. It'll be fine. It's just a little cut, but it does bleed, when you first cut yourself. Hi, Leah, Debbie, Bruce, Maseki. I'm sure I'm missing some people coming in. I got happy mail, and then I thought we would color in. So, and I have another idea for us. I have maybe a swap that we can do. We'll see. I'll throw it out there, see if y'all are interested. Not this. I'm not going to make y'all do this. But I did go ahead and pull my Mariola Budek pages and see what we want to do today. Hi, Tori. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe there's a horse in here. Maybe the horse. Of course, I don't know how long that'd take. I try to get as much done as I can on a stream, and that usually just means a face or something. But hi, Annie Tanner. But I thought we would do some pan pastels. Here's my sign from Mariola. I know there's one in here. There's a horse in here. Oh, there they are. Here she is. Thought maybe we could do this one. What do y'all think? Let's see. Tina said, I got a new color book called 101 Flowers. It's very pretty, only flowers, single sided. Yeah, I like these because they're single sided. They're also cardstock weight. So, what do y'all do? Y'all stop it. They're chasing each other around, yelling at each other. We're going to do pan pastels. Pan pastels, and of course, we always add color pencil. So I need to look up a picture of a brown horse. I think, that camel color horse. And I do have a color book on order as well. I don't think it'll be here by Wednesday. Let me look and see it. Let me look at my Amazon. Let's see when it's going to be here. So it won't be here till Wednesday, so I won't be able to show it till. Well, actually, I think I got 2 coming, so it'll be next Monday. I'll have a new color book next Monday, or 2 color books next month. I'm not going to say what they are. I'll let it be a surprise. Hi, Wee Wee. Pamela, Linda Renz. Lurk away, Riri, lurk away. Anybody else I missed? So anyway, I thought we would maybe do this today. I'll zoom in and adjust the light and all that after I do my happy mail. Let's see. Let me clean my glasses here. What's that? What's that on my? Is that on my camera? So yeah, I got some things to show, but hope everybody had a good weekend. If y'all want to tell me what y'all been working on, um, and yeah, I'm just gonna drink some water for a minute. Hi, Pacola, my little snapdragon. Thank you for my book. I'm gonna show. I got some. I got happy mail from Pacola. I got happy mail. Let me tell you, I got happy mail from John from Oak Island, Zandra, Pacola, J.L. Johnson, Janice, and I got a mug I bought from Jim Lujan. So, and I'll put. Let me see. Do I have it in my? Let me see if I got it in my. Um, yeah, there we go. So, Tina, if you want to grab that for later, or well, whoever, so I can show it again. There's Jim Lujan. He does animation, and these are all his original characters. And so I got this mug, this coffee cup, and of course, y'all know I use my coffee cups for art supplies. I like my coffee, but I have one huge mug that I drink coffee out of, and the rest of them I use for my art supplies around the room. So this one is all that glitters, and he does animation, and these are his characters. So there's his link. So if y'all want, and I'll show it again in a little bit. So if y'all want to go check that out. Hi, Mama Four. Let's see, Annette. Who else? Okay, you twisted my arm tomorrow. Oh my gosh. uh, hello, Angie. Okay, come back when you can. I think I'm going to turn on my. I don't have my air on, so I'm going to turn this fan on as long as it doesn't get too make my voice go. Wah, 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 wah. Hi, Janet. How you doing? I was just saying I got happy mail, and we're going to do pan pastel coloring today. So I hope that's all right with everybody. Does it look a little dark, or is it okay? I guess when I move things around, I'll adjust it when we get ready to color. So Janet, what are you going to do today? Hi, Barbara Chicken Pot Pie Society. Get my voice going here, and got my lemon water. And I do have an idea. I said it a minute ago. Hi, Sue. Off top, I ordered some Boy Hill paper, and it was. I've never even heard of that paper, Sue. Never even heard of that paper. Maybe one of the others have. Hi, Terry Brett. So I was thinking, you're not sure. Oh no. Okay, take something. Take something now, Janet. So that it's better by the time 1 o'clock comes around. Broyhill paper? Bryhill? Never heard of it, Sue. Mm-mm. Sorry, I don't know. Hi, Shaz. Kimberly. Who else? So y'all let me know if this is something y'all be interested in. Y'all know we have a gazillion rubber stamps. Let me just pull my most recent one. That I was gifted. So y'all know we have a ton of rubber stamps. They're not all this big. I just pulled this one because this is my most recent one. So I was wondering if anybody would be interested in, here come the cats. Here comes Malibu. If we stamped off like 10 and swapped them out, would y'all be interested in a stamp swap? But I would want everybody to color them too. Like stamp and color, or put the color down first, like a watercolor wash, and then stamp on top of them, and then cut them out. Now they don't have to be fussy cut, but maybe just like around the edge. Now you're gonna have to leave the keyboard alone, baby girl. Um, and then swap out like 10. And it have to also, another thing would have to, because I've thought about it a little bit, it'd have to be on just like copy paper, because otherwise we couldn't do tan. If we did it on cardstock, it's going to get too thick because you're going to have to send a self-addressed stamped envelope to do a swap. So what do y'all think? Would anybody be interested in would be anybody be interested in swapping stamped images that you color? You have to color them and swap out like 10. Y'all, and I'll say it again. This is swap best in. So y'all let me know. Hi, Deb E. Who else am I missing? Anna. Did I say hi to Shaz? So y'all think about it and I'll bring it up again after a while. Okay, when there's more people here, I'll bring it up again and then we'll decide by Wednesday. Okay. Yeah, yeah, don't have to fussy cut like right up along the edge, Barbara. Just like, just kind of around it. Hi, View. So, yeah, we'll talk about it more during the show, and then we'll decide by Wednesday if we want to do it. I'd give everybody a month. You wouldn't have to have it to me until like April 1st or something like that. And of course, if they're bigger than the envelope, you could fold them. But just so that you have to make enough, just 10. I was thinking. So y'all think about it and I'll bring it back up again in a little while. Hi, Joelle. Let's see who else. Nothing too much yet, Joe. I was talking about a rubber stamp swap. But we'll talk more about it after a while. I have a lot of happy mail to show, so I'll give it about 2 or 3 more minutes, and then I'm going to do happy mail, and we're going to color pan pastels. I pulled my pan pastel. Here's my accoutrements, and I have my 4 trays of pan pastels out. So we're going to color some Mariola Budek pages with pan pastels today. I say pages. We're only going to do one. But hi Christine G. Missy, I say hi to you. Anybody else I'm missing? You got you some Crayola crayons or Crayola markers, Joelle? Did you say saw my art? I could not find. I don't think I could find your. I could not find your Instagram. I don't think, Anna. I looked with the name you gave me. It did not come up. Put it in again. Put it in right now, and I'll look it up because I don't think I could find you. There was a couple people I couldn't find, so I think you were one of them. All right, let's look. All right, ANASREQUEIRA. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let's see. Maybe do I need to put an at in front of it? It's not coming up. Let's see. Why is it not coming up? ANASRE. Where'd it go? SR. Oh, it's SR. Is it SRS? Wait a minute. SRSE. SRSE. All right. Let's see. ANASRSE. All right. Let's see if this is you. Okay. Is that you? Is that you? I'm hoping. Is that you? I'm going to follow. Well, there's art there, so I'm pretty sure that's you. Okay. So, yeah. All right. I'll have to go back and look at it. Yeah, I see. Okay. Got here's a collage in watercolor. So yeah, I'll go look through and see what you got. Okay, well I found you now. I found you. Okay, that's a hard one to get right with the SRS. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Because it's not your name. It's not your name like it's here. Yeah. So y'all go, she put her name in there. Y'all can go follow her. Let's see. Who else? R came in. Who else am I missing? Nanette. All right, well, let me get another drink of my lemon water and see what I can do about Malibu here. Mm. See what I can do with Malibu. So the first thing I got was my sister woman, I call her Jonna, preppy crafty girl. Y'all know she lost Darcy right before Christmas. And well, she lost her mom a few months before that. Well, when she was staying up with her mom, her um, her mom gave me this. So her mom gave me monasteries as an altered book, and I did pull my abandoned places just to kind of show people they don't know what altered abandoned books are. So she gave me this one. She sent it to me, and so I'm going to kind of like flip through it. I'm not going to work in this today because I'm going to work on this, but I wanted to show it. And if y'all have not ever worked in as alt, okay, I got to move her. All right, baby, we got to go. We got to go. I can't, baby. Come on. Ugh. There you go. If y'all have never worked in an altered book, I pulled my abandoned ones just to show y'all a couple pages of what that entails if you've not seen it before. But if you put in my playlist under altered books or mixed media, then you'll see my books in there. And so anyway, she gave me this monastery book, and I've never even seen the monastery book before. Of all the abandoned castles, abandoned sacred places, abandoned, I've got 15 different books of abandoned places and things. I've never seen the monastery. So I'll see if I want to alter it or not. But I really do like it. I want to read about some of these places first. So she sent me the monastery book to alter if I want to. She said to do whatever I wanted with it. So yeah, so it's all monasteries around the world. So I thought that was very cool. And I see you, baby. I know you went up here with mama. So what I do with them, and I don't know if I'm going to do it with that one, is I'll show y'all a couple pages. Cat hair there. And I have one that's unaltered and one that is altered, so you can see the before and after. Let me go ahead and zoom in one. I'm kind of far away. There we go. No, that's too close, isn't it? Well, how do I jump? There we go. What is it, baby? That may be too close too. Let's see. Well, maybe that's a kind of in between. How's that look, guys? Let me go ahead and re-autofocus. Make sure. Does that look okay? What? You cats are driving me crazy today. Gee. Yeah, she's moved on. Now she's over this. No, leave that alone. Leave it alone. All right, y'all gonna have to go out. I might have to close the door. We'll see. And they're just frisky this morning. And oh, thank you, Tina. There's my playlist. Tina popped it in there. So if you've not seen, and I'll just show a couple here. So like, let's see. Let me pull one in my lap and one up here, so I can kind of flip. I keep what do you call it? Tabs on most of them, and I won't tell the whole story of what I envisioned this, but this is one where I envisioned City on the Edge of Forever from Star Trek, the old one, the 60s one. And this reminded me of the alley where McCoy was beamed into. And so anyway, I wanted to change this. So this is what it started out as. And I'll show you the before and after. Yes, cat eviction for sure, view. And then I turned it into this. And I have varnished this, so it is shiny. So this is what I turned it into. So, yeah. And it is going to go in light dark because I'm putting light and dark things in front of it. So let's just pick a couple here. Okay, this one. And in this one, I envisioned what happened to this ghost town, what turned it into a ghost town. So I turned it, I said, well, this was the explanation for it. Oh man, that's gonna flash out, it's gonna bug me. Let's turn the brightness down. There we go. And so I turned it into some kind of cosmic something that happened above this ghost town. So that's what I turned this one from. And it's gonna flash back and forth for a minute, guys. Um, so let's see. So I'm just showing you these because this is what I do with these abandoned books. And this one, let's see if I can find this one. This is one of my favorites. So, and I have cut, so these are Carrie and Connolly's books, not the monastery one. I don't know who the monastery one was by. Does it say on the front? It doesn't even say on the front. Who did the monastery? I don't know. It might just be like a Barnes and Noble or something. That's all it's showing. But anyway, so there was this one, and I imagine these little newel posts being like able to be like transporters. So y'all know I love me some science fiction. Hi, Golden. Who else am I missing? So I turned it into this, and it's all just acrylic paint, just craft paint. It's acrylic craft paint and color pencils, and that's all it is. And so this is one of my favorites. So I did little sparkly little, oh, and Posca. Yeah, there's some Posca pen. The little white dots are Posca pen. But yeah, so I went from that to this. So I don't know if I'm going to, and I'm just picking a few out here. The book is halfway done, but I'm just picking out a few of my favorites. So I don't know if I'm going to do the monastery this way or not. Let's see here. Okay, this one is one of my favorites, and it is varnished. How far deep is it? Let's see here. All these that I have marked, I've done, but I'm kind of skipping. Okay, this one. All right, so this was one of my favorites. And I thought this was like that, like there used to be some kind of a bridge over the highway there, or just some kind of buildings there, but it was like a bridge to nowhere. So I wanted to make it a bridge to somewhere. And this one is varnished too, so it's going to be shiny. So there's my this is what it looked like after. There's my bridge right there. So and I don't put people in my collages very often, every now and then, but I like for you to be the person in the collage. So I don't put people in the collage very often, but she's got her feather going all the way around here. And then there's the little bridge. There's a little time temple back there. And so, yeah, so that's what it started out as. All right, let's see. Let me do maybe one or two more. Okay, and this one's one of my, I say this is one of my favorites too, but it is. This is one of my favorites. Okay, this one, these are some abandoned huts on a beach, and it was some kind of an abandoned city or something. But these little turned over huts look like little people metal detecting. Doesn't it look like a little metal detector? So anyway, I thought, well, something happened in this world, but that reminded me of another bridge. I love bridges, doors, portals, those kind of things. So this reminded me of a bridge. So I gave them a bridge in space. So hi, Roll. Hi, just said hi to you, Leona. So so this one is one of my favorites as well. So there's the bridge going through space, and then there's a planet exploding over here, and so I've got all kinds of things going on. But this one is another one of my favorites, but that's what it started out as, and then this is what I turned it into. All right, let's see. Do I have this one? I'm still working on this one. Let's see if I can get right to it. Not sure where it is. This one. Oh, this one's finished. Now where's that one? Because I like this one too. No, well, no, not that one. Let me keep going. Here. Okay, so this is one I'm still working on. So it's this little like conference table in an abandoned like basement or something. So yeah, I got this going on there. Let's see. All right, let's do maybe about 5 more pages. This one. And this is all paint. Painted all that, painted this, added a planet, added the time element. So, yeah. And then there's stars under the sea. So this is like under the sea space. Oh, thank you, Annette. So yeah. Let's see. Do I have one or two more? Or is that enough? I think that might be enough. So yeah. So yeah, so that's how I alter my abandoned places, abandoned castles, abandoned sacred places, abandoned. I have a whole bunch of different ones, and I've either bought or been gifted duplicates so I can show befores and after. So anyway, I just showed that because uh, Darcy and Jonna's mom gave me the monastery one. So I now let's lighten this back up. So I'm not sure if I'm going to alter it or what. Okay, so again, if y'all missed it, let me put in Jim's. Where's my paste? There it is. Come on, there it goes. So Jim Lujan does animation, and so he has like about 30-minute, 20-30 minute animations that he's done on his YouTube channel, and this is some of his characters. And so I got one of his All That Glitters coffee mugs, and of course I put my supplies, in my coffee mugs that I collect. So I wanted y'all to be aware of Jim, and he's hilarious. He is hilarious. All right. So this note, I got to ask about the stamp swap again. And then Miss Coca-Cola sent me this because I have other Trisha Guild books, and didn't think I had enough. So I needed the color one. Y'all know I deconstruct these and put them in binders and turn them into commonplace books or other inspiration books. So thank you, Pacola. She sent me the Trisha Guild. Let me get my lights going fixed right there. Trisha Guild on color. And y'all know I have, I think, 3 of her books, or I think 2 in one and 1 in another, in 3-ring binders. I take them apart, put them in binders, and use them to either collage, make commonplace books, quote books, add things to them. Thank you, Debbie Bruce. And so yeah, so thank you, Miss Pacola. And it's a beautiful book, just full of color inspiration. So I don't know what I'm going to do exactly with it because, it's just very cool. So it's all broke down by color. It is shiny. So there's the blue and yellow, blue and green. There's green, but isn't it gorgeous, guys? I just love these kind of books for inspiration. If you don't know what kind of color combinations, you can look at books like this and get color combinations and color inspiration. So I just love it. I love it, Miss Pacola, my little snapdragon. Oh, Kathy Bergen-abled. I'm not surprised, Pacola. I am not surprised. Hi, Nettie. My little Anna. I said hi to Deb E. Anybody else I missed? So it's just beautiful. But if you can get any of Trisha Guild's books, they're all stunning. So yeah, look on Amazon, thrift books, pink. So and then here's the color palettes in the back. Let's see. See, just full of inspiration. So thank you so much. And let me give you the ISBN if anybody wants to know. 9780-847-818-778. And I'm not sure what year. Let's see what year. You might have to find it on thrift books. Let's see if it's in the front or the, here it is. 1993. So this one's 1993. Yes. Don't we all, Anna? Okay, then Zandra sent me this skyscrapers. Now I know why she sent me this, because of the shape of the book. Because this is going to be a fun book to alter because of the shape. Let me go over here to my ruler here. It is 6 by 15. 6 by 15. And she also sent me some of her wax seals that she's done. So she sent me some of her wax seals. So thank you, Z. And yeah. So it's just the shape of the book that's going to be fun to alter. You can add washes of color over the building, or just cover the building, just cover it all up. You know, I mean, you can read it, or before you cover it up, read it if you want about, and that's true of any book, you know, if you're going to alter it, if it's something that you are interested in information, then, you know, take notes or whatever. But yeah, skyscrapers. And this one is 978-1579-121532. So, hi, Sue. Who else am I missing? I have the great Crayola book. Yes, I do have the Crayola book of color info. I do. And that's the one I used. And thanks for the reminder, sister. That's the one that I used to do last year. My book of color last year, the Crayola, the book on the history of colors put out by Crayola. I use that to get information and write notes in my little color book of color. So the yellow, and then I did make art cards to send out every, I think I did one a month, and I did it for about 9 to 10 months, I think. And then there's the orange card, and there's the orange page. And I just kind of put orange things, and then I wrote about the color orange. There's the red page. And there's the red card, purple card, purple page. So yeah, I did this one I actually started it at the end of 2021. I started at the end of 2021 and then carried it through 2022. It's an olive green. There's an olive green card, a lime green. I didn't like this. It wasn't lime green enough, but the cards turned out good. And then there's the blue. And there's the blue card. And I gave them away. I think I gave 5 away, 4 or 5 away each month. Aqua, I didn't do the aqua page, but there's the aqua card. I did do that. So, and then I have gold and other different things stuck in the back here. Can always go back and add more to it, but that was my book of color that I did last year. Let's see. Let's see. Said hi to Anna, Marilyn, anybody else I miss? So again, we are going to, and I'll adjust the lighting here in a minute. We're going to do pan pastels in one of our Mario Budak set of gold. This is the set of gold, set of art gold pack of her color book pages. And then I did get my Quest of Oak Island from John. And if you put in Quest of Oak Island, or Tina can. And this is one of his caps. You don't just get these. You don't just get these from John. But he sent me one for supporting his channel. And y'all know I wear ball caps. I put my ponytail through the back here, like Janet does. And so I got one of John's Quest of Oak Island caps. So thank you, John, for sending that to me. I really appreciate it. I will be wearing it. I've been shaping it up there. You know, you got to shape it right there. Cap jealousy. Janet. Hi, Rachel. I was wondering if you were going to come in today. Here's a little ASMR for you. Hi, Marilyn. Thank you, Tina. So there's John's channel, and if you are interested in the TV show Oak Island on the History Channel, I've been watching it since 2010. Um, and I was speaking of watching something. Janet and I are like, we have watched Survivor since day one, and it starts on Wednesday. I think it's March 1st. I can't believe it's going to be March 1st already. Can y'all believe that? So anyway, Wednesday nights, Janet and I text and talk, and you know, some other people do too. We used to do it on Twitter, but it just, yeah. Anyway, so but we still watch it, and whether we like the season or not, we still stick it out. We have our problems with it sometimes. We stick it out, don't we, Janet? And then the other thing that I got here is a box. Well, actually, I got a box and a package, and I took everything out of the package and put it in this box. So I'm going to show you. I got the box here. It's one of these big. It's one of these big priority boxes, and this is from J.L. Johnson. Her name is Janice, and so I took. She sent me a package and this box, and like I said, I took everything out of the package. So I'm going to show it in steps here. Let me move this. Let me just put it down here on the floor. So in the package, she sent me, let's see here, a few things here. Let's get this out. Okay, and that came in the box. I think this is all that came in the package. Y'all are going to laugh when you see what's in the box. Okay, so she sent me a bunch of little goodies here. Let's move this over. Let's only do it for you. Yeah. Thank you, Janet. Thank you for doing it just for me. So Janice Johnson, she sent me some Post-its, which, you know, I go through these. So let's just go ahead and bust them open. I do go through my Post-it notes. So I always keep a stack of them close. Oh, these are the vellum kind. These are the vellum kind. So I probably have to write on these with a Sharpie or use these for bookmarks. These are the slick kind. Ooh, these are going to be fun. Let's get a Sharpie and test this out. I didn't know that's what they were because I couldn't tell it inside the package. So, ooh, look how thin. This will be fun to do something with. So let's look how thin they are. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I don't think I've ever seen any this thin. Have y'all seen Post-its this thin? This is very cool, Janice. Very cool. And it's dry, so it's not smearing with the Sharpie. Very cool. So a stack of white. There's some lime green, blue, pink, another lime, orange, and purple. Very cool. Very cool. Have y'all seen those? Hi, Fernando. And I think Fernando's got an art show coming up. If somebody wants to put Fernando's YouTube channel in, I think he has a art show coming up. Don't you, Fernando? I'm not sure exactly when, but if you go, oh, you have some of those. You don't like them. If y'all go over to Fernando's channel, you can find out. Hi, Adam. You can find out more about Fernando's art show coming up, or one of the girls will put the link in. So then she sent, of course, some napkins, which we'll put over here in the stack that I have from Zandra. because we're doing giveaways with those. She sent me a nice little best wishes for my birthday, little birthday card. And then she sent me some Sharpie S gels. These are good because you can add water to them and make them like water, like a wash. So you can do a wash with these. And so I do have some, and I do like them for that purpose. They're not waterproof, so you don't want to use these in lieu of. And I did buy those other pens that Janet. Let me grab those over here that Janet recommended from that she got enabled by either Kathy Arbor or Kathy Berg. I'm not sure. Who enabled you on these? Who enabled you on these, Janet? So they have different color barrel tops, blue, brown, green, gray, but they're all black. And these are waterproof. So these are waterproof from China. But they are waterproof if you want to sketch and draw and add color over the top without them running. So Janet enabled me on those. So Janice sent me these. And then, because she knows how much I like my white Prisma, she sent me a box of white Prisma. So I've got plenty of white Prisma pencils, because if they do stop selling these individually, then, we're all going to say, I wish I had some white ones that I'd stocked up on. And I'm looking at them and they all seem centered. I always tell y'all, when you buy open stock pencils, this is a whole box of them, but like when you go to Michael's, Hobby Lobby, or a Blick or wherever, and you're just buying them off the rack one at a time, you always want to check to make sure that the barrel is centered, because if it's even just a little off, when you go to sharpen them, then they're going to keep breaking. Who keeps texting me? Oh, that's Aunt. Let's see. Hubster and Annie are talking. Then they'll keep breaking. So if you buy any pencils, any Prismacolor open stock, make sure that the barrel is centered so that they will sharpen. So thank you, Janice, for that. She got me a box of those. I have another box up here that I bought, so I'm good for the white pencils if they do discontinue selling them open stock. Let me put this with this. Then and I've seen these online. I even thought about ordering one time. Come in this nice little velvet and gold bag. Oh wait, I got some more stuff to show. Janice knows. Good job. I know, right? She does, Janice. Let me click on it. Where's my mouse buried under here? Hang on. Don't look at my mouse, Janet. Janet goes, oh my gosh. Denise will be putting on rubber gloves and disinfecting, kind of like my heat gun. It's probably closer to 30 years. It's probably 30 years old. Still going strong. My Marvy U Cheetah. They don't make those anymore. But anyway, yeah, there's my mouse. Jan's like, cooties. What was I going to do? I was going to click on something. Oh my gosh. I think you can go on Etsy, Shaz. I think you can go on Etsy. She's out of Poland. And so this is from 2021. This is her second book. It's the set of art gold. She also has the set of art and then the set of art gold. And so I think you can find them on, I think you can get them on Etsy. All right. So Janice also sent me one of these, and I've seen them as keychains, pins, different things. These little color wheels. Look at the color wheel. Look, it's a little metal color. It's a pin. So I'm going to probably put this on my jean vest. I'm probably going to pin this to my jean vest that I have my appliques and other things on there. If y'all want, I'll go get the vest so you can see it. But I think I'm going to pin this on that. Of course, when Cameron sees it, he's probably going to say, turn around, and he'll probably end up taking it. No, he would ask me for it. And of course, I try to give it to it because that's the way I roll. But isn't that awesome? It's a color wheel in metal. It's a metal color wheel. You can also use Caran d'Ache pencils. Yes, I have other pencils, and I have used them all. Roll. I just personally, my favorites are the Prismacolor, even above um, the all of them. You know, the Lumies, the Luminance, the Holbees, the Holbein, the Polys, the Polychromos. I have all of them, and I still like my white Prismacolor. Yeah. So anyway, Janice, that is so stinking awesome. I love it. So it's probably going to go on my jean vest that I have patches and appliques and pins on. And again, guys, I did put the link in. Don't forget to go check out All That Glitters, Jim Lujan's animation channel. So I put that. It's my newest cup, so I have to show it off. Okay, then guys, y'all know that I used to use Folgers Colombian coffee with the black lids on them, right? The black top, the lids, and I would use those for my paint palettes for my acrylic paint. Well, I moved because I don't know why the taste just wasn't the same. So I moved to Major Dickinson's dark roast, and they come in bags. So now my coffee comes in bags, and I don't have the lids to put the paint on. Well, Janice knew this apparently. She wanted to make sure I did not run out of paint palettes. I will never run out of paint palettes again. Nobody send me any more paint palettes. I have plenty of paint palettes. Thank you, Janice. See, this is one. This was a Folgers. This is what I used to use. Right, Lena? So I have plenty of paint palettes. I will keep a few in here. The rest I'll have to store because, yeah, this is a lifetime's worth of paint palettes. Girl. I've got paint palettes forever. Oh my gosh, I can feel her laughing. Don't let Denise see them. Oh, I know, Terry, right? Denise will go, Mom, you do not need all those. But, we'll have to put them in the garage. Then she sent me a bunch of these masks to alter. So I might have to do some giveaways or something because this is more than I'll ever alter. I'll show you a couple of my others. Let me see if I can reach them. And I did these years ago. So let me show you some of my other masks that I've altered. This one's not been varnished. Let me show you the varnished ones. So these are some of my collage masks that I've done over the years. This one was, did I sign a date on this? 2015. So I made these back in 2015. Yes, mask for painting. And then here's a half mask. And I just did my same kind of collage. So let me kind of show you if it will focus. There's a little group of people traveling up here to this temple. So there's this half mask, and they're varnished. And then this one, so I've done these masks like this. So, and then this one's not varnished and finished. But so she sent me a bunch of masks. So let's see. Here we go. And look, they've got the ribbon. So I'm thinking she might be thinking because Mardi Gras, is now. So I don't know. I do have a book coming maybe next week, maybe next Wednesday. I said we were going to do something else. Talk about. All right, maybe next Wednesday if I get the color book. I have two new color books coming in. But I also have another book coming in that I have some plans for. I think we'll use the masks. I think we'll do something with the mask. Let's see. So then there's a black one and a white one. This reminds me of the theater mat, the smiley, frowny, there's a name for that, those masks. And then these, let's see. ASMR, hang on. Let me get the scissors, open these up. Okay, so we have all different ones here, all different kinds of faces. So I have an idea for some of these, or a couple of them, and so we might be able to do that next week. Aren't these cool though? Look at all the different shapes. And these are not the shiny plastic. These two are shiny plastic, but these are like a matte plastic. So we will do something with these maybe next week, and I'll leave out my sample ones that I did back in 2015. All right, so we got that project to do. We always have projects to do. We don't ever run out of projects. All right, so thank you so much, Janice, for all those goodies and all those palettes. So let's see. Hello, Mari. Anybody else I might be missing? Let me get another sip of my water, and then we'll start on some pan pastels. I think I wrote everything. All right. Before I start on that, let me go ahead and talk about it again one more time. And I'll decide on Wednesday if y'all decide you want to do a stamped image, not the stamp itself. We're not swapping the stamp. But what you would do is you would stamp on just copy paper, printer paper, because otherwise it's going to get too thick in the envelope. And I was thinking maybe 10. If you send in 10, you'll get 9 back because me, the host, gets to keep 1. So you stamp it out and color it, or you could put down some watercolor paint, watercolor or acrylic paint, and then stamp on top of it. But however you want to do it, it's going to have to be on copy paper, printer paper, because it's thin. If you're going to do 10, I want them colored in some form. It doesn't have to be, just as long as there's some wash of color on them, and cut out. They don't have to be fussy cut, but just cut down, cut down. And I thought about doing a swap where if you sent 10, you'd get 9 back. You have to put a self-addressed stamped envelope, and so that I can send them back to you, And I was thinking, have them by April the 1st. That gives everybody a month. Would anybody be interested? Would anybody be interested in doing that? a stamped, stamp it, color it, or however you want to, color it, paint it, or have a base of paint and then stamp on the dried paint, however you want to do it. So if y'all think about it, I will ask you again on Wednesday. We'll decide. Yeah, me too. We have to have enough people that are interested. Okay, so we will decide on Wednesday. Don't email me and tell me you want to do it. We'll just decide on Wednesday. And then, of course, everybody has my P.O. box. It's in my description, and I'll put it out there again on Wednesday. So if y'all think about it, if you would like to do a stamped image. It can be acrylic stamps. It can be your carved stamps. I have a whole bunch of hand carved stamps. I'd probably swap out with my hand carved stamps. It can be anything. So like, now if you do something bigger than an envelope, you're going to have to fold it, of course. And so I'll have a lot of hand carved stamps, but I also have wood stamps, acrylic stamps, and so anyway, y'all think about it. Y'all think about it, and Wednesday, what comes back. All right, so all right, let me see here. All right, so I think we'll just wait and get back to it on Wednesday because I really want to get into this. You're going to swap out, you send me 10 stamped, colored, cut down on printer paper, stamped images in a self addressed stamped envelope. In other words, you have to put an extra envelope in the envelope with stamps on it so I can swap them out and send them back. Okay. International, we always work out things where, international people, I usually have to pay the international postage going back. Um, but, that's okay. I don't mind doing that. And you'd send in 10 and you get 9 back because I get to keep one from everybody and I pick it. And they don't make them all the same, make them all different. 10 different stamps, not just one, not just one, not just one 10 elephants. You'd send 10 different images, colored and cut out. Not, you don't have to fussy cut it, just kind of cut it down a little bit. Okay, did that make it? Okay, so you got it, Leona? Okay, so I will talk about it again on Wednesday. I have a note here. We'll talk about on Wednesday and decide on Wednesday if there's enough people that want to do it. So y'all think about it and we'll talk about it again on Wednesday. So that way you will have new images from different people that you may not have, and you can use them in your art journals or however you use your regular stamped images that you have, right? Put them in your art journals, your sketchbooks, your planners, your journals, whatever you want to do, and have different ones that you don't have the stamps of. So you'll have 10, or I'm sorry, you'll have 9 new images from people all over. Okay. You can use whatever you want, Anna. You can color them any way you want. Okay, so now I am going to get into my pan pastels. Again, I don't have all my Mariola right here because I've given some away. I've given Denise some. I've given Cameron some. I've just gave some away. But these are the Mariola Budek images, and they come like bound with one of those plastic folder things that hold pieces of cardstock together, just like a piece of tight plastic, so that you can just take it apart and you have nice cardstock images. And and they come in a nice little folder like this. This is the Set of Art Gold. Yes. Thank you. Exactly. There we go. Picola just got it. It's synced down into one sentence. 10 different stamped images on copy paper, colored in some way and rough cut. Thank you, Picola. There you go. That's it right there in a nutshell. Thank you. Thank you, my little snapdragon. So anyway, and I do need to lighten this up again because now that we have moved to, there we go. And so I think I'm going to do the horse, although I will see how much, we'll see how time goes. But anyway, it's on cardstock. And what's nice about it's one-sided, so you can use your Copics or alcohol markers because, they bleed through. And it won't hurt anything, just go through. But I did have a couple other of my pages. These are from Serene. These are Nick Filbert's pages. I just have these in here. Here's a Mariola, one of hers that I did a couple weeks ago, and you can see I did glitter keys and jewels, pearls right there. That's my plan, Shaz. I'm going to do the horse. So I did her. This was Copics and pencil. There's another, just a sample one. These were just happen to be in my stack here. But I think we'll do that. I'll keep this out because it shows her cover page here. And so yeah, I think we will do the horse. Now let me go ahead and look up a brown, like chestnut color. Is that what they're called? I think they're chestnut color horses. Chestnut. I should go get my iPad. Let me go get my iPad. It's easier to see. Hang on. Look it up on the iPad. It's better to. And thanks again, Janice and Pacola and Zandra for my happy mail, and John for the hat. All right, let's see. Let me look up chestnut color horse. All right, face. I want a face. All righty, images. Let's find one here. Oh, there's tons of them to pick from. Do I want the reddish color one or do I want the blonder color one? I think I kind of like the kind of, I think I'll get this one though. Let's keep that one. All right, hang on. Let me take it over to my pictures. See what else is going on. Yeah, a self-addressed stamped, but Joelle is out of country, Rachel. So what? All right, let me stop a minute because I started the conversation. Now I've got to kind of wrap it up. If you are international, what you would do is you would send me the self. All right, let me show you how it works. Okay, so what you do is you will you would send me your stuff. You would send me your stamped images, right? And inside here, you'll have your 10 images. And in here, you will have your name and address. This is called a self-addressed stamped envelope. If you are in US, you put the appropriate amount of postage. Depending on how much it costs you to send me, that's how much you need to put back on it to go back to you. If you are international, it doesn't work. You can't give me international, like Australian stamps, for example, and have me mail it back. So just if you are international, I will pay the postage back. Okay. But what you'll do is you'll put your name and address. So all I have to do. All right. So this is what it's going to look like when I get it. Okay. So when I get your envelope, it's addressed to me. Okay. All right. You can't though. You can't, Joe, pay for it and have it sent back. We've tried that before for different people around the world. They can't send it back for. Well, let's forget that for right now. let's don't get into the stamp issues right now. So you would send me this with my address, my PO box here, which I will give it. It's always in my description box. You would send me this. I will get it. You will send me 10 stamped images and this envelope with your name and address on it and stamps. And I will take and swap out the 10, put some in here to you, seal this up, and mail this to you. I will mail you your envelope back. Okay, so you need to make sure you have your name and address on a separate envelope. That's called a self-addressed stamped envelope, or a SASE. Okay, that's what it is, self-addressed stamped envelope. Okay, don't worry about it, Shaz, really. It's okay. Y'all do super chats for me and stuff. I will pay the postage back for the internationals. But let's make sure we have enough people that want to do it. So on Wednesday, we will decide whether we even want to do this or not. Okay, but this is how it will work. I'll keep this as a sample because I know I'm going to need it again. Okay, so that's how it works. But thank you, Shaz. Yeah. All right. So we are going to color this. I did find a horse. Let me go over to my photos. Go with this one. And I just really want I want the colors. I want to see what the colors look like on a chestnut colored horse. All right, so hang on. All right, let's see. Okay. Alrighty, I got me a horse here. This horse does have a white thing down his face. I don't think I'm going to put it on there. I'm just going to do the chestnut color. Let's see. Let's go back. Hang on. Hang on, guys. Chop it back down again, or make it, zoom it in again. Okay. All right. So pan pastels. So this is again the Set of Art Gold, Mariola Budek. I think you can find her pages on Etsy. Just look up Set of Art and Set of Art Gold in color book pages, or Mariola, Mariola Budek, Budek art, and she's out of Poland. Okay, so there is that. Let's move this out of the way. And I got my pan pastel stuff here. And I probably need to put down something here. Let's see, what do I want to put down? Just a sheet of white paper, or even a brown piece of paper. That's not big enough. All right, All right. So, any more questions or anything? Let's see. Yeah, Q. The postage. That was the issue that we've had before with swaps. The postage has to be in the country stamps that it's departing from. Exactly. And thank you and good morning, Q. Let's see who else. Hi, Pixie Cora. Cover sticker books. I'm not sure what you mean by cover sticker books. You mean books of stickers? Like this kind of stickers? I'm not sure what you mean. You mean this? You mean books of stickers like this? I'm not sure if this is what you mean, Pixie Cora. We do know about those. All right. Yes, and that's why, exactly, Janet. And that's why I say that I'll pay for the international shipping. You have to pay to get it to me, but I'll pay to get it back to you. Now, U.S., you can put the stamps on your return envelope. Okay. All right. So let's see. I think I'll zoom in one more, and we will start on this. Marilyn, the difference between pan pastels are these pans of pastel. They are I don't say way different, but they are different than regular pastels. Pan pastels, and this is, I don't know that I've just picked the blue tray for now. I've got 4 trays of color, and you use these spongy tools. This one's already a little, let me just put a fresh one on there. You use these sponge tools to apply them, and these are not like makeup sponges. They are different. They're called soft, SOFFT, 2 F's, soft tools. They're made for pan pastels. And if I'm not mistaken, Golden bought out pan pastels. So Golden now owns them. You can buy them in trays. You can buy portrait sets, landscape sets, or you used to. Now that Golden's bought them out, I'm not sure what kind of sets they have. And you can buy them individually with the little screw tops on them, the little plastic tops. You can buy them individually, like at Blick. You can't buy them at Michael's, Hobby Lobby. You have to get them at art supply store like Blick. I don't know what other ones carry it. Jerry's Artorama, I'm not sure. But they come with little caps on them, or you can buy them in the trays. They run about, I think they'd come about $6 to $7 each. They're about the same price as one. Let me try to find one here. Like one Copic sketch marker. They're about the same price. But the thing about these, unless you're doing huge paintings with them, you don't hardly wear them out. This is the most I've used of any of the colors, and that's the white. And I do have a spare white. But so they did run about $6-7 in the US per color, but you just do not run out of them. Now, the thing about them, they are not dry and chalky and crumbly like pastels are. They do have a little bit of debris, if you will, but they are not chalky and dry. That's one of the things that it took me a long time to want to try them, because I don't like regular pastels, because I don't like the way they feel. They're too dry. I just don't like that dry feeling. But these are not that way. These are very creamy and smooth. Now, I don't want to dig into the blue because I want the colors I'm going to use. I will need white. I don't know what colors I will need yet because I haven't decided on her hair color, but I will get out a dark gray. So these are the trays. There's this blue tray, and they all come with a what do you call it? A regular color, a light, a shade, and a dark shade. So like this is all the same color. It's just one is what do they call it? An tint. So you got your color, your tint, your shade, and your dark shade. So you get 4 of the color. Now these are not necessarily all in order anymore, because I don't care what the names are. Look, there's my camera overhead. You can see the camera. But anyway, you get the color, a tint, a shade, and a dark shade, all in the color, and that's how they are broken up. Okay, that's this. Then there's these colors, and again, they're not in the color order that they come in. Okay, these are not in the color order that they come in. But I am going to pull out some of the browns. Like this is, like this. These brown colors are the kind of the colors that I'm reddish brown colors that I'm going to use for the horse, and probably her hair. I might do her hair the same color as the horse. Oh, I got to get me some baby wipes. Keep my hands fairly clean. Okay. All right. So let's see if I got any questions. Thanks, Riri. If y'all have questions, hi, Kathy Arbor. If you have questions, put it in caps so I'll see it more easily. Also, and I already got something on here. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and. So I use a kneaded eraser to clean up any excess or places that I don't want it. You want to be careful. Like I think I got some of my lemon water right there, maybe, or maybe it's just something that's been on there. I'm not sure. I have to be careful when I'm talking that I don't accidentally get any spit on it. I don't want to, just the smallest amount of water on your piece will ruin. Well, I hate to say ruin it because you can always paint and fix anything. But let me give you an example. Let me get a piece of paper. I show this all the time. All right, here's a little piece of paper. Now, I'm not going to do it here, but let's just say I got some water, and let's just say I'm talking and I get a little bit of something on there. All right, so I put a little bit of water on here. This is what happens. This is what happens if you get any water on your piece. See that right there? That does not go away. You cannot erase that. You cannot get rid of that. So make sure that you're not talking over your piece. Don't be talking over your pan pastel piece while you're working on it, because if that happens, there's no getting that off. Now, again, you could probably paint over it or something like that, but that does not go away. You cannot erase that. All right, let's see. Hi, Devin. Anybody else I missed? I'm sure I'm missing people coming in. All right. Ask questions if you want as we go. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I'm sitting here talking. You know, you got to be careful. I look that way. My monitor is right over here, so it's not directly in front of me. All right, so let's see. Let's get a couple of colors out for her skin color. Maybe a little bit of redder color for a little cheek. I'm not sure yet what color we're going to do. And in her hair. So let's see. Let's just make sure I don't have excess here. All right. And I'm going to move all this over. And as I need colors, I'll pull them as I need them. I think I'm going to need some of that golden color, though. I'll see what other colors I might need. But I'm going to set them aside so I can come over here. And then the tools they have different tools. Like they have the pointy one that has a nice detail. They have a round one. They have a flat one. And then they have various kind of sponges that you can use. It's the same kind of material that this is made out of, this kind of soft material. It's called Soft, SOFFT. That's what the brand is. Okay. And you can just buy the handles, and then you just buy replacement little tips. Okay. So you just buy the replacement tips. And then you can buy different sponges if you want to do big areas. Now, that being said, I do not use these sponges for doing any big areas. I use these for palettes, and I might have to get with Golden. I tried to get with Bernadette, the former owner of Pan Pastels, and get them to make a sponge palette about yay big to do the mixing of the colors on. And they never came out with one. So maybe Golden will do it for me. Golden, if you're listening, Pan Pastels, we need a palette made out of the sponge material. Let's see. Have you found a way to save if they haven't been if they've been dropped? No, I've never dropped one, so I don't know. They would probably, if you dropped them on a cement or something, they would probably crumble and break. So I've not, I mean, you could still use them, I imagine, but they'll just be crumbly. So I want to try to keep my area clean here. So, and you do have to spray it. You do have to spray Pan Pastels. Now, I do my portraits, my pet and people portraits. I now use Pan Pastels in my portrait work, but I also use pencil detail with it. Okay, so I use Pan Pastel and pencil in my portraits, and I also do that in my coloring. So what I try to do is get as much of the Pan Pastel done and then spray it and then go back in with a pencil. The pencil does not have to be sprayed, but the Pan Pastel has to be sprayed. All right, let me continue on here. What a Pan Pastel? Well, that's what I want, a small, just something like this. Right now I'm using these as palettes. This is my palettes, these small sponges. This is what I use to mix on. Okay. But I would like something about that big, something, 6 by 7, 7, 7 by 7, something like that. Okay. So they don't do that yet. That's why I was saying I asked Bernadette to make one. And now Golden owns them. So. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and start with this color here. So I have different, like here's some blues and greens, different colors that I just use to mix. So I'm just going to start. And even if I don't actually mix the color, I still put it out on this because it gets it going and smooth, rather than just going straight from here and having any crumbles or anything. This makes it just better. If you put it out on on here first. So I'm just going to start with a little of that and a little of this. These are the two colors that I'm going to put And to clean your sponges, let me get a piece of paper towel. I've never washed any of these. I wear them out before I never ever need to wash them. To clean them, all you have to do is just wipe them on a paper towel until they're clean. Okay. So I'll keep my paper towel right there. All right. So now let's go ahead and just start with this light golden color, maybe just a touch of that color in there. If y'all have any questions, put it in caps. I'm going to go ahead and start. Now, his hair is the same color as his body. So I'm going to just do the whole thing. I'm going to do the whole horse, all one color. And then I'll go in and shade, blend, and do other things with it. Now, one of the nice things about pan pastels, if you go out of line, oh, guess what? As long as you haven't sprayed it yet, you can take your eraser and just get rid of it. Okay, so you don't have to worry so much about going out of lines because you can just erase it. Our shorts are only, the shorts are only Inktober. I don't know what that means, Anna. I don't know what you're asking. The shorts are only Inktober. I don't know what that means. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just do the whole horse. And again, this is just a base coat. The other nice thing about pan pastels, as long as you do it before you spray it, before you fixative it, is you can erase any highlights you want. So if I want some light highlights on the horse here, I can either take my kneaded eraser or one of my little electric battery operated. And I can erase. And get my highlights. Say. So you can erase out highlights. How about going inside? Rachel. Oh my gosh. All right. So again, I'm just going to do the whole horse, this initial color, or these two colors. Because his hair and his hide, if you would, his skin, is that what you know? We call it a horse's hide, are the same color. His hair and his, I could lighten this up a little, maybe put a little bit more tan and yellow and brighten up the hair, you know, highlight it up. Now I have to worry about going, yes, with color consistency on large pieces when mixing colors. Yeah, you know, if you're mixing and you want an exact color, you do have to be, you know, you gotta, it takes practice to get an exact color. I don't care if it's, because I don't think anything, even a horse, this is not going to be a flat color. It's going to have variations in color, variations in lighting, you know, the way the light hits it. If you look at a picture of a horse like I'm doing to see the color, it's not one flat color. It doesn't look like that, or it doesn't look like that. It looks like that, you know. But I'm just kind of mixing a couple colors. But of course, it's going to depend on what you're doing too. But I never have done anything so one color, you know, that's been an issue with me that I can remember anyway. So again, I'm getting close to her little face there. If I get any on her face, I'll just go in with an eraser and erase it. So I'm just getting in there. We're between the bridle and all that. Just putting a little in there. Not being overly careful because I'm going to go in and erase. Just remember that anything you want to erase, you need to do it before you spray it. I use a final fixative even if I'm going to spray it more than once. I use a final fixative because I found that the Grumbacher final fixative does not smell as much as the pre, you know, the one that's not permanent or whatever. And then his little body's over here. Let's get a little darker over here. Okay, I'll look at Chad here in just a second. Let me get this base down. A lot of people, when they work with pan pastels, like the pastel, there's a pastel paper that's kind of textured and rough. I don't like it. That's just me. I don't like the rough paper, but it's like really supposedly good for people that do pan pastel, like landscapes, well, anything really. They really love pastel, not mint, pastel. I don't know. There's a name for it, but anyway, I don't really like it. It's too rough. It's too textured. So I like the smooth paper. Okay, being careful there when I blow that little. See, there's not a lot of dust. There's a little bit of dust, but not a lot of dust. You know. Okay, now I'm going to get. Let's see. All right, let's see. Good morning, Kathleen. All right, I don't see any questions. All right, so I'm just going to get a little bit off of her hand and her arm there. I think my battery's probably getting low in this. I don't really need to do too much there because that's kind of going to be brown as well, just a different brown. Okay. So I think that looks pretty good all the way around. And usually what I do is I trim these down because they are kind of an odd size. I trim them down just 1/4 of an inch all the way around and mount them on black cardstock when I'm done. This is an international size. So let me tell you the size here. It is 8 1/4 by 11 3/4. So I cut it down to 8.5 by 11 or 8 by 11. And I try to keep my hands clean with a baby wipe as best as I can. A3. Okay. Pastel matte. Yeah, that's what it is. And she says it uses the soft tools quickly too. I just don't like the texture of it. I don't like the roughness. But a lot of people love that. All right, so let's see. Do I want her hair to be the same color or do I want something more blonde maybe? Maybe more blonde with some gold. So let's see about that. Let's see. Do I want really light blonde? Let's see. Let me look at my colors here. Maybe, do I want that color or do I like this a little bit more yellow maybe? They're not that much different. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do her. So again, I'm just going to clean off my little sponge here on the paper towel. And you can turn it over and use that tip as well. I do have other pieces that I've done in pan pastel on my IG. So if you want to see pets, people, and different things that I've done with pan pastels, they are on my Instagram. Let me see if I can find one here real quick. Let me go. My Instagram is Inky Well. You can find it with Dee Dee Willingham, but just Inky Well, INKIWELL. Either one will bring it to you. All right, let me scrub through real quick and find a couple things that I've done. Portraits that I've done. It was before Christmas. Well, I mean, I showed you this particular one. I showed you that one in person, the color book page. But I was going to try to show you. Okay, here's where I did a lemur. There's a lemur I did in pan pastel. Come on. Jim Lujan, I did his grandfather. This is his grandfather here. That's with pan pastels. Here is, whoops. Come on, go back. Go back to, This one I reposted. I repost sometimes some of my fan art on their birthday. So Christopher Lloyd, when he was Doc on Back to the Future, that one is that one's pencil. That's just pencil. I reposted that one from back when. Let me find some more pan pastel ones. Here's a pan pastel because see, I put what I use around the edge. So there's this one. And this was just pencil as well. This one I did back in 2015 of Nichelle Nichols. I reposted this one when she passed away. That's just pencil though. Let's see. Hang on. Uh, this one I did for Patty Tolly Parrish when her dog Babe passed away. This one was Babe, and that's pan pastel. See, there's all the colors I used. Good morning. Anybody else coming in? Um, Here's my little Yoda. I post that on May the 4th. This May the 4th, I hope to be posting a Barbie Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Let's see. I'm just going to find one or two more. Here's a color book page I did for Xandra, and those are all the colors I used for her a mermaid. That's color pencil and pan pastel. Let's see. I know I got some more just regular portraits in here, not just color book pages. I'm passing up most of the color book pages to get to the portraits. All right, there's another dog portrait. So yeah. Trying to find another people. Most of these are going to be pets. But just go to my IG and scroll. I've got a lot of art over there. I've got 1,368. Not all of them are art, but you know, because we do have Catterdays in there and some Barbie. Oops, I didn't mean to click the. Living in a Barbie world. The alien letters under Yoda are pretty cool too. Yeah, I forget what font that is. All right, let me go ahead now and let's just go ahead and put some blonde down. Now the other thing about, and I'll just because I see it while I'm doing this, when you go over line art or color book page with pan pastels, you are see how it's getting rid of the darkness of the line art. You're putting a coat of, you know, pastel on top of the dark line art. So if you want those darks back, you're going to have to put them back. So we're going to give her blonde hair. Okay. And again, there's going to be more colors and shades and what. All right, then let's go ahead and do a little bit of peach here. And I'll just use this just to base coat her face. And her hands. Is it too flashed out or is it okay? Does it need to be a little brought down just a bit? Maybe. But I really love the pan pastels. I didn't know that I would when I first tried them because I thought they'd be crumbly and dry like regular pastels are, but they're not. They have some kind of oily formulation in them. They're not oily. They're not like oil pastels at all, but they're not dry and crumbly. I don't know what, that's why they're pan pastels and their secret formula and why Golden bought them out. What color's the blonde hair? That one is, and also whenever you look at, if you want to see a color, don't tip it. You're going to, because there's still a little bit of crumble on there, right? A little bit of dust. If I turn this over, it's going to fall on here. So I hold it up over my head and look at it. And this is yellow ochre tint. Okay. I think this is yellow ochre. Nope. This is orange shade. So, and they're not, I don't keep them. I've gone through at times and reordered them so that they're in the correct order, the tint, the color, the shade, and the dark shade. I do go through every now and then and fix them back. But do I care if I put them all back exactly when I'm done? No. But yeah. So, yeah. And you can buy, if you want to test out to see if you'd like to do color book pages and you want to test them out, you can either just go buy a few colors, or there is a portrait set that has all different colors of skin tones in it. And I think it's a half, I think it's like maybe this many, or maybe it's 9 or 12. I forget how many are in the portrait set. So you could always just buy all the portrait set or just buy them individually. Rachel. I'm going to sip of my water here. All right. So now, and I do have a Band-Aid on my finger. I cut my finger this morning when I was cutting my lemon. So I just got a little tiny cut, but it was bleeding a lot. So I put a Band-Aid on there, but I'll change the Band-Aid when I wash my hands. Okay, so let's see. Now I want this kind of reddish brown color here, and maybe a little of the darker brown for the leather. And again, I will put details in with color pencil. Let me turn it over to get the sharpest way to get the smallest tip is to turn this over, and you can get a little bit more tiny detail. So I am kind of watching for questions. And then the metal, I'll get in there with some gray or silver pencil, because it's very tiny. Those little tiny areas, eyes, little tiny details, I go in with pencil. And so, and again, don't forget, you can erase. You can erase until you spray it. And if you use a workable fixative, that was the word I was looking for. Use a workable fixative, you can still kind of erase. I just use a final fixative, and you really can't erase. So before you go spray it, which I go out on the porch and spray it, I don't spray it in the house. Before I spray it, I go around and make sure that all the area is clean, and anything that I don't want permanent, I will erase before I spray it. And I do try to get a base and most of the base down and then go spray it, and then go work with pencil on top of that, because you don't have to spray the pencil. You can, but you don't have to. I don't spray pencil. Okay, so let me get a little bit right there. All right, so there's a nice base for that. Now let's see what other skin colors I got over here. I think I'm going to just get this kind of light brown color and a little bit of the pink. I do kind of try to make sure no dust, too much dust is, it is on another piece of paper here, and I am trying to keep my hands wiped with a baby wipe. Scroll back for details. Leona's talking about something. Yes, a stamped image swap. Yeah, and we'll discuss it more on Wednesday. See, y'all think about it, and I'll talk about it again in a little while. If you're interested in the, and it would just be the images stamped on printer paper, not cardstock, because if you're going to send in 10, it's going to get too thick and it's going to cost too much to ship. So we just want the images on just printer paper. I want them colored in some way, either like a watercolor wash on the paper and then stamped on the paper, or hand colored with whatever you want. It can be paint, color, pencil, Crayola. It can be anything. I don't care what you color it with. Just have them colored. And you'd send in 10 and you'd get 9 back. So that's kind of the summation of it. All right, so now I'm going to kind of get, let's kind of clean this off a little here and just get a little bit of, let's go over here to the skin tone, just a little bit of this, a little bit of this, just a little bit darker. I just want to get a little bit more. And I could do this with pencil as well, but I'm going to do a little bit with a pastel just to show it. A little bit of shade. I am trying to watch for questions in caps. Okay, just got a little bit on there. Have you tried pastel pencils? Yeah, they're too scratchy. I don't care for them. Just like I don't like regular pastels. They're too scratchy for me. I don't like the sound of them. I don't like the feel of it. I will use black charcoal pastel pencil sometimes to draw, and I have done. I've used black charcoal and brown charcoal and white charcoal to do life drawings on big pieces of paper, but I don't like really working with it. Yeah. um, okay, I don't see anything else in caps. All right, let's go ahead and do a little bit more. Put a little bit more shade on the horse here. And they're just so blendable. And if you get too much on there, you can just wipe some off and you can go back and blend. Let's see. Isn't that well? We just kind of just started. A lot of the detail in the little hair and stuff like that, I'll do with pencil because I can get in there tiny. Let's get a little bit of that golder color there. And you just build it up. Inside his nostrils is going to be dark, like gray. So and then back in here, it's going to be a little more shadow on his side over there. Hi, Tommy Joe. Anybody else coming in? We're just working on a Mariola color book page with Pan Pastel. Okay, got another layer there. All right, let's go back in with a little bit more of the gold color. Maybe a little bit of, yeah, even a little bit lighter. Let's see. And there's some kind of white areas around the nose and, some areas that are lighter. And the picture I'm looking at has the white spot on its head. I'm not putting that in. Okay, I like that gold color. I think I'm going to put some of that in her hair. I'm just cleaning it off on the paper towel over here. The pastels are doing all the work. I'm just using this just direct color here. I know why those pastels cost so much. They do they do all the work, yeah. But like I said, they cost, one pan costs about the same as a Copic marker. If you run out of a Copic marker, you can buy the refills, and the refills cost as much as the Copic, you know? So, all right, let's see. Now I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of more of the golden. Let's try one shade darker, and let's see here. That may not be dark enough. We'll see. Maybe. I think I might need to go just a little in between the two, both of those two colors, to get the shadows in her hair. Of course, again, I could be doing this with pencil. You can put a lot of detail with pencil. Am I close enough? Hopefully, I can zoom in one if y'all want. Is that a little better? I can't, I'm not all the way in there, but. Kristen? Well, I'm recording. You can come back and watch the recording. Don't miss your doctor appointment. I'm not talking much. I'm kind of just trying to keep up with chat. That looks pretty good. Let me clean my hands off. I try to keep them kind of clean as we go. I used your stream to get out of it. Don't do that. Hi, Poshy. Good to see you. Now, see, this is kind of rough in there because I'm going to do that with a pencil. The edges of the bridle and stuff, the details of the bridle, I'm going to do that with pencil. All right, so now I'm going to go in here with my kneaded eraser, and I'm going to get a clean spot on the kneaded eraser. You got to make sure that you're not transferring other colors. You want a clean thing here. And I'm just going to kind of clean up any little areas that might need it. Okay, but right in here, this needs a little bit darker right under the. Okay, now a little on the horse. Oh, no, baby, got to get down. It's one thing the cat cannot come up here. So, Pan Pastels, if y'all were around when Malibu got in the pastels one time, and she had red, yellow, and blue pastel on her for a month because you can't wash it out. It just spreads. All right, now what I want to do is get a little bit of a cream color. No, maybe do I want cream or do I maybe, or maybe a little cream and white. Let me get a clean spot on the sponge here. Let me wipe off my tool over here. And I want to get a little bit of the cream and white because I want a little bit of detail around, like a little bit of like a little white spot in his little nose here. Well, it's not exactly white white. I mean, I guess it probably is. And I want a little bit more detail around the nostrils and stuff. I might do some of this with pencil as well. What are you into? I'm going to have to lock her out, I think. She wants my attention. Okay, so I'm not going to do the white piece on the forehead, but I want a little bit of extra highlight here and there. Then in the nostrils, I'm going to do dark. Maybe leave my Barbies alone. No. You got a zillion toys. All right, let me get a little bit in the hair here. It almost needs to be a little creamier. Let's put a little bit of, and again, I can do some of this with pencil. Once I get this done, I'm going to go spray it out on the porch. Then we're going to move to pencil. All right, now I want some, a little bit there, a little bit there. There we go, that's good. A gray. You know what I've done before too is get black in this dark blue color. I like to put the pastels around it when I take a picture, right? I can't tell you how many times I put the pastels away, finished up the piece with the pencils, and I'd already put all the pastels away. And it's like, oh no, I got to get them all back out again. I am going to go a little bit darker in some of this area here. And again, I could do some of this with pencil, and I probably will. Hi, Markwood. Can get on the tail, can't, yeah. Can't get on the table with pan pastels because I've had that. I've had that happen. I want a little bit darker back in under her face behind the horse there. Get a little bit of that. Need a little bit more of the red color in there. Hi, Julie Topaz. How you doing? Happy Marvelous Monday. We're working on pan pastels on the color book page here. Trying to get it based in, and then I'm going to go spray it. little more shadow under the brow. Again, I could do, and I will, and I usually do, most of this kind of stuff with pencil, the little details. But I thought, well, I'm trying to do as much as I can with the pastels so you can see it being done. And the eye, I'll probably get in there with I usually irises. I mean pupils. I do that with a pen. I get in there real dark because um, when you go over anything and line art in a color book page is never black. It's like dark gray. So if you want anything really black, you have to go back in there and do that. All right, let's see. I think that's a good start. Let's do a little bit darker under the hand there, a little bit of shadow. Maybe right in there. All right. I think I might go spray it. So what I want to do is I'm going to move all my pastels over here to the side so that I'm not getting any little bits of my sponges. So you can see I pulled a lot of colors that I didn't even use. All right. And I might, now here's the thing. If you do, all right, so I'm going to move this. This is, you may not be able to see it, but it's got little bits of stuff all over, or at least close it up. What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. All right, now I'm going to get my kneaded eraser and go around and make sure that there's nothing, no little places that I don't want to spray. Because once I spray it, it's set. We're going to go in here with detail. You'll see it's going to really, the contrast is nothing yet. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So I can go in, I can go spray it. And then if I decide that I want more pastel, I can do that. But then I have to go spray it again. So if you add another layer of pastel, you have to spray it again. Otherwise, it's just sitting on top. Okay, so I'm just making sure that there's nothing on the edges, and you got to keep cleaning. See how it picks it up? You got to keep cleaning it. Oh, it's gonna get better. This is the base coat. But you see how quick that, if you try to do that in color pencil, just this base, if you try to do this in color pencil, you couldn't have done it in 30 minutes, which is about what it's taken us to do this whole thing so far. It only takes about 30 minutes. If you're going to do this in color pencil, that would take way longer just as a base. Okay. All right. So let me go, and I am going to close the door when I leave so that Malibu doesn't. All right. So I'm going to take this outside on the porch. Let me show you. Let me wipe my hands again. Let me show you what I used to spray. And let me show you something here too. All right, so this is what I use. I use the Grumbacher Matte Final Fixative. So this one's almost empty too, and I need to get another one. But I went to the store to get another bottle or another can of this, and you can get this at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, any place they sell Grumbacher. So you can see what it says there, matte. So I went to the store and I bought another can. Can y'all see the difference? Gloss. You cannot use gloss. Do not even try to use gloss on your pastel. So yeah, but so this can just sits there to remind me to be careful. Do not buy this. Do not buy the gloss. But look how they look almost exactly alike. So you want to make sure and get matte. See where it says matte up there? Yeah, that would take a lot of hours in pencil. Okay, nope, nope, no. Here comes the bit. Let me, no, out, out, out. Let me go spray this out on the porch. I'll be right back. Only take me a minute. I probably will wash my hands too. Okay. I like to waft it outside for a minute. You know, wave it outside for a couple minutes to get the smell. But I didn't take the time, so I can still smell it, but it's not like sprayed in the house. All right. Let's see if there's anything going on. No, she would just claw at the door until I let her in. So I'm just cleaning my eraser here. Alrighty. So she'll probably come back, and I don't care if she roams around as long as she's not getting my Barbies and up on the table with the pan pastels, which I probably should move them all up here in case she does decide to jump up here and I don't see her. Yeah. All right. So now what I'm going to do, I don't want to really put them away because I'm going to, pan them, put them around a photograph when I'm done. So I didn't use them all, but I'm going to stack them off to the side. All right. Now I'm going to get out the pencils. Pencils. I know I say it every time. Denise calls them my crap pencils because and I'm going to put a shadow on. I'm going to have to move them over because they're in just because they're in a silverware tray. What difference does it make if they're in a silverware tray or in a case? I don't know, but because they're not in a fancy case, she thinks those are crap pencils. Oh, okay. So let me put my eraser down, get a sip of water. And a little more water there. my lemon water, and let's pick out some pencils. All right, so I'll let y'all watch me pick pencils. Pencils. Okay, so I'm gonna need some blues, some white, gray, browns, different browns, black. I don't know why that's in there. It shouldn't be in there. Neither should the Ticonderoga. Should not be in there. All right, so let's see. I'm going to need a couple of flesh tones for her face. I'll probably use a yellow ochre, another gray. Do I want to? Yeah, I think I want cool gray. It's not much different than that one, but all right, let's see. I need some siennas, a couple siennas, dark brown, that's a black. Little ASMR for Rachel here. Let's see, probably a Tuscan red. Is that a Tuscan red too? Yeah, I'll get the bigger one. And let's see, I need a dark gray. Ah, here we go. No, that's not even a. Come back here, pencil. Okay, those are probably good enough. All right. I might need a little bit of. I can probably blend that for her skin. So there's not a lot of her skin. So. All right, we're going to roll with these. We're going to roll with that. All right, we're back. All right, so it's a little flashed out. Let me turn down the brightness just a little so it's truer to color. It gives me a nice tan, but it's true. This is true color. Now let's go ahead and refocus. Let's autofocus again. And that's pretty good. Hopefully that's pretty good. All right. And I'm working on this folded over paper because any kind of lumps or bumps, like I can feel paint and things on here. You want to make sure that when you're using pastel or pencil or really anything, that this is it's not as textured as it looks. It's wallpaper, right? Plastic wallpaper. But I've been using it, and you can see I got paint and things on it. Well, if I use this, it's going to give me a texture in my piece. So you always want to have something between the two. All right, so now let's get started with some pencil sharpening here. Let's sharpen some of these. I did empty my little bowl out here. So I guess the rumor is that Prismacolor, and I don't know about other ones, they're not going to be selling open stock anymore. I don't know. So thank you, Janice J.L. Johnson, for sending me another box of white Prismacolor pencils. She sent me another box. So you can get them like this, box of them. And I said this earlier. Now, if you buy a box like this, you can't check, of course. But if you buy them open stock, like in the store, you want to make sure that the lead, if you will, the pigment is centered. Okay, if it's not centered, it's going to break when you sharpen it. When you buy them open stock, you can look at the backs of them and tell if they're centered. So you always want to make sure that you do that. All right, so let's go ahead and I think I'm going to get my black, and I am going to go ahead and do that. Whoops, see, I already broke it. Is this one not centered? I don't know. I think I just pushed too hard on it. And some of my pencils are way older than others, so I can't tell you, was this the set that was those couple of years where they were bad, or, I can't tell you that because I don't. All my sets are mixed up together over the years. Alrighty, so now I'm going to get in here with some shading. And this part, really it takes the longest in any piece that I do, and probably in anybody's does. If they add pencil to their pastel. I think I'm going to need one. Well, maybe not. I was going to say I might need one shade in between, but I think I'm okay. Am I close enough? Am I zoomed in enough? I gave up on both, but it seems like all the sets I purchased have many. See, I would say if you had a whole bunch in a set, I'd send them back, Tina. If you had a whole bunch in a set that were uncentered, I would be sending them back. And I need a dark brown. Okay, on this back side of the horse, I want it to be a little darker. I think that's the same as some Tuscan red. Of course. Okay, you did send them back. Okay. Well, depending on how long ago, they've moved factories. So what's everybody? I did. Oh, speaking of reading, which I was getting ready to speak of, I did post 3 new books in the community tab. I'm trying to do that every Monday. I'm trying to post 3 books. I'm not talking about them or reviewing them or anything. I'm just posting the covers in the community tab. So, what's everybody reading? Anything good? We'll look up at chat in just a second. I'll get my ochre and put a little bit of that in here. Because I want them to be kind of golden, you know. And again, I trim off all the edge here and mount it on black cardstock. Let's see. Well, why not post just the covers? Isn't that what? I'm lucky to read the local paper. I know we all have different times in our lives and we have more time to read than others, Posh. Tina's coloring a picture out of the new flowers book. Did you have you posted the book on IG or anywhere, Tina? The book you're coloring in? I do have 2 new color books coming. They'll be here by I don't know if they'll be here by no, they won't be here this Wednesday. They might be here by Monday. Plus a couple other projects that I got going for us. All right, let me go ahead and get some of the bridal stuff done. You can start to see where we're starting to build it up here. I like a lot of contrast in my coloring pages. All right, let's see. Maybe I should zoom in because I'm getting a lot of detail you're not able to see. That's better. Let's see, is it focused? Yeah. Have you ever used Faber-Castell gelatos? I don't like the gelatos. I've used them. I got spoiled with the Jane Davenport. As a matter of fact, I got them sitting over here. I got spoiled with Jane, and you can't buy these anymore, I don't think. But I got spoiled with the Jane Davenport version of them. These are so much creamier than the gelatos. And then if I didn't have these, I would just be using my Neo Color 2 water soluble crayons. I just don't, to me, they don't dissolve enough. The gelatos don't dissolve enough. That's, they just don't. I know a lot of people like them. Jam color sticks. I know they are. They are, Shaz. And I don't think they don't make them anymore. I got 2 sets of them. I had one set and I bought another set when I found out that they weren't making them anymore. So I do have 2 sets of them and I use them too. Just I hope it's not too tedious for you, but this is the details that make the piece, and it does take it does take some time. But I got the base done with the pastels, and again, you can go back in with pastels even again. You can go back in with more pastels, and another layer of them. I'm tempted to get a silver gel pen out for the metal. Let's see, watching the process. Oh, good, Rachel. The favorite parts, the creating the details. Yeah, me too, Kathy. Same thing with my collage. But by the time when you're streaming, by the time you get to the detail part of the collage or pencil, it's you're running out of time. So that's when I usually have to just say, okay, I'll finish it up and post it when it's done. But in my collage, that's my favorite thing to do is the details, the little painty details and stuff. But it's also, at the end, when you run out of time. Janet, are you still here? How's your headache? I know Janet said she had a headache. She wasn't sure what she was going to stream today. I'm going to check on her there. Thanks, Joe. I haven't done a lot. I'll move from the horse to her hair in a minute. So, I figure that if you don't get to see me finish a whole thing, you can at least see how you can see the areas, the different things that are being done, like the hair, the horse's hair. Oh, thank you, Pashi. But it does take, it does take time. Am I hearing talking out there? Somebody's here. Is Hubster here already? Oh, he's meeting. Oh, it must be the tree trimmers. Yeah, he must have met they weren't supposed to be here till 4. We got a tree people coming to check on cutting down some of our tree limbs and stuff. And I heard talking out there. They weren't supposed to be here till 4, but they must have called him and said, "Can we come out now? Because it's going to rain." So they're out there now. So if you hear the garage door open, no, he probably won't come through the garage door because he doesn't know if the cats are out there. He wouldn't want them to get loose. No, they're not going to be doing it today. They're just coming out to give us an estimate. All right, there's a start there. Let's get a little bit more of the red color up in here. And then, of course, a little bit of highlights. This is more the leather right in here than it is the metal. The buckles and stuff, I want that to be, I think I'm going to get out the silver gel pen. So this is a little bit, it's got a little bit of the metal and a little bit of there's a little bit of metal right in there. And down in here, let me see. Where's my silver gel pen? Oh. See if this one works. Ah. Uh-oh, what happened there? I just like unflashed. And the thing about doing any kind of metal, glitter, anything shiny, if you use any metallics or anything like that, when you photograph it, it doesn't show up. It just looks like gray. But, you know, like, let's see. There you go. See? I'm picking up pan pastel, I think. Still have to shade this piece of leather over here. I'm just trying to clean off the... And she also has some rings on. I could give her a couple silver rings. So let me do some of her hair and her skin. Let me get these last two little. I'm just shaking the pen to get it to continue to work. Okay. Now I'm going to get my black pen too, just so that you can see a couple other details. I'm going to put the eyelashes in. And I always like to add a little bit of blue in the eyes. It just gives it that sparkle. It just gives it a little more life when you add blue, either in, around. And then do I have a Posca here? Let's see. I don't have a Posca handy. Well, let me just grab a white gel pen then. I just want to add another little sparkle in the eye. All right, let's see. Let's do a little on her hair. You can kind of see where this is going. This is just the leather here with nothing shaded. Then here's where I started to shade it. And I still have all the shading to do around underneath, like right up underneath here. I've got to do that all around all the leather, but I don't want to spend the whole last 30 minutes just working on the leather. So I want to get up here in his hair and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and do a little bit of work on his mane. My dark brown. Here. I'll add a little extra touch. A little extra touch of hair. I didn't see if Janet answered me. I always ask Janet something and then I look away and then I miss. I miss her answer. Yes, I did, John. I showed it earlier. For those of y'all that might have missed it, John sent me one of his Oak Island caps. So thank you, John. I appreciate that. I will wear it with pride. I will wear it with pride. All right, so we got the mane kind of going there. Let me go ahead and do some back in here real quick while I'm at it. I will try to finish this today, guys, and post it on Instagram and Facebook. But mostly, I try to get everything on. I'm going to give them a little extra on Instagram. Maybe a couple little flyaways. Why not? Give them a few extra hairs crossing over. It always looks kind of cool when you do that, when you have some hairs kind of crossing over itself. All right, so let's go ahead and go down into her hair here. All right, so I am going to need this, and I'm going to go back over to my pencils. Don't think that's too bright orange. Let's go ahead and go with kind of a cream color in this yellow, and maybe a little bit. I know it sounds weird, but bronzy green. If I can find it. Where's my bronzy green here? No, this is not it. Where's my if I can find it, and it's darker. Yeah, that one. I want green. I want the bronze. That's two. Ah, found it. Yeah, bronze. Well, a little. Look, can you see how there's green in that hair? You wouldn't think, but look. See, that's the bronze color. Oh, thanks, Tina. All right, let's see. I'm not done with him. I still got to do, like, a lot of the shading. I still got more to do. But I don't want to run out of time before we do some of the other parts, like her hair and... Did Hubster leave? Well, I guess he got an estimate and left. I guess he'll be back for lunch. All right, but I got to do more in here. And I want a little more wisps that are going to be highlighted in the hair. But again, all right, so now let me go into... I'm going to use this green color. It's bronze. And I don't want to do too much, but I just want some of the darker areas to have a little bit more shadow in there. Just a little bit. And I'll go over it with the yellows and stuff. But it just makes it a little bit more real. I like to have a little bit of another color in there for shadow. And again, with white, I'll add... The thing about when you use a Posca, you can add white highlights and then let the white highlights dry and go over it with pencil. I'll try to get to this in a minute. I haven't done any of her skin really, but I kind of want to do some different parts. But I want to do some highlights for you here on her hair. All right, so I got a little bit more shadow in there. Let me move my camera, tilt it down just a little. There we go. All right, now I'm going to go in with the, what color is it? It's kind of an orange. It's not orange. I'm just going to kind of go over the little bit of the green that I added. Well, bronze. You really want to take more time. I am getting in a little bit of a hurry here. I know I've got about 20 minutes. And I did miss again if Janet answered. Did Janet answer what she's going to do? Let me scroll back. Bye, Joe. Thanks, John. Thanks again for the hat. Thank you, Deb E. No worries, I missed the question. The question was, what are you going to do today? That was the question, Janet. And how's your headache? I don't know, it's probably sinus. Let me get a sip of my water. I don't want to get too orange. That's probably enough. Now let me go in here with a little bit of my yellow ochre. Then I'll add some of the highlights. And then after you add the highlights with a Posca, which I'm going to have to find me a thin Posca over here somewhere. Then after the Posca dries, you go over the Posca, the white Posca, you go over the white Posca and with yellow or whatever color, and it knocks it back so it's not white, but you have those nice highlights. All right, so that's pretty good on her hair. Let's, I mean, I could even get in there with a little bit. I'm not going to. All right, let me find a Posca. Hang on. You know, I've got to restack things here. Is there one in here? No, I got one sitting over here somewhere. Oh, here it is. See, that's a thin one. That one's old. Well, I know I'll put one up here. Let's, do I have to open another one? I might. Let's see. Let's test this one. That one looks good. All right. So what I'll do on the hair, let's see. Hi, Judy. I think I'm going to do a draw your day. Still a little iffy. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go in here with the white Posca. And on the ends, I'm going to kind of feather it out so it doesn't have a harsh edge, if there's any. Okay, so I'm going to get in here. And this is going to give her some nice, bright highlights. I could do some in the horse's mane as well. And then go over the horse's mane with a oranger color, where I'm going to do hers more with a yellow color. All right, so I'm just going to kind of take your time. And then after I get this in, I'll do some that kind of cross over the folds of her hair. Like, for instance, here, we'll do a... Now, because she has blonde hair, the white is not going to be as stark as if you did this on some darker hair. But either way, after this dries, you go over it with another color, so it's not stark white. Like I said, with the blonde hair, you can actually have some white highlights. But I'm skimming it. I'm barely touching it. I'm not pushing down on it hard. I'm just barely skimming the surface. If you get any harsh edges, just kind of, you know, mash them out. You want to take your time. Hope y'all can see my staying in frame. Okay, so now I got the main highlights done. Maybe a couple more up in here. And then if you want some wispies, then you can kind of go like this and kind of cross over the other hairs. And it makes it look like she has some flyaway hairs, you know. See how that makes it look more real, like if she has these flyaway hairs coming across. And just a few will do the magic, you know. You don't need to do thousands of them. All right, so now I'm going to let this dry. And then after it's dry, it just takes a minute. Then I'll go back over it with the yellow. the yellow ochre. And it will knock back so that it won't be bright white. It'll be more of a yellow, but it's still going to be bright. What is, I'm missing something. I'm brave. Yeah, you got to kind of be brave. Same thing if you do clouds, mist, water, waves and mist, waterfalls, where I do the baby wipe and the mist. You got to be brave because there's no going back. Once you put a mist over the top of something, you can't get that. You can't go back from that. With acrylic paint. All right, I'll just let that sit for just a minute. And let's go ahead and get right in behind her face here. Maybe a little bit more detail on her face. And then her lashes, if I want her lashes to be black, I'm going to go in here with a Sharpie pen. It's not a Sharpie marker, it's a Sharpie pen. Same thing for the corner of her mouth. Maybe a little in her nostril there. A little bit more background there. Maybe a little more shadow. Maybe a little darker lip. I need her mascara. Just smooth her skin out a little. A shadow under her lip there. And I do the same thing in her hands with those colors. All right, so that's probably dry now. I'm going to take my yellow and I'm going to go over the top of the white Posca. You got to make sure it's dry or you'll just scrape it off. And what you'll see, let me show you a close one. See where I've gone over it right there? There's this white. Here, let me go over this right here. You'll see it better. You can leave a few white strands because she's blonde, so they'd probably be some nice bright ones here and there. And maybe a little Sharpen just a few little bits of shadow in there. But you can see how it gives it a brightness that's hard to get with just pencil. The Posca gets that, you know. Give her a couple little shadows from the flyaways. That one's a little thick. Oh well. Just trying to keep them thin. Hi, Rain. Thanks, Devin. All right, let me go ahead and back out. So you can kind of see the big picture. Now let's see, maybe just a little bit more highlight on the horse's nose here. Maybe a little on his lip. And again, you can always knock it back if it's too white. And that goes for pencil or Posca. Same thing for in his hair if we wanted to have him have a couple of little highlights. And then once it dries, again, we can go in there with yellow or orange. But it just gives it that extra little detail. Thanks, guys. But yeah, I can probably work on it for, I don't know, maybe another hour. Get a little gray in there. Especially in the leather, we want to add a little bit more extra color, another color. It'll give it more realism. I haven't even done that right there, this part. And of course, I have to do her hands and everything too. But just adding a little bit of that blue gray gives it a little bit more life. Just a little here and there. I don't know if you can tell. See the little bit of gray in there? Just that blue gray? It just gives it a little bit more life. All right, let me see what chat's doing. Let me get some more shadows under this piece of bridle over here. A little buckle, with shadows around the buckle. I'll keep working on it. So, and then what I'll do, let me get my cutter here, is because it's a little bit of an odd size, I'll trim it. Just trim it a little bit off all the way around, and I put it on a black piece of black cardstock. Maybe just a little off that edge too. And I'm not done, but I want you to see how it looks when we... This is getting pretty dusty from picking up off of the table here. I'll wipe my table down with a baby wipe when I'm done. Black cardstock. Let's see. Let me get one of these up here. Hang on. What I'll do is I'll put it on here. Let's see, about 8.5. Look at 11. Might be a little big. Let me measure here. 11.5. Not being exact. This is just for my benefit. Might actually just leave it like that. Then I'll just put some double-sided tape and mount it on black like that. And then I got to finish it. And then what I'll do is I'll put, pan pastels around the edge, the colors that I use, and I'll photograph, and some pencils, and I'll photograph that for IG. But there we go. That's, as far as we are going to get today. The colors in her face, I will put in her hands and her skin here. There's nothing really in there. And there'll be more deep shadows in there around the bridle and everything. There'll be more shadows in there. And yeah. But I hope y'all enjoyed seeing some pan pastel stuff today. And my happy mail. And hopefully Janet will feel better at 1 o'clock to do her stream. Let's see, I need a little darker here. Do you have any questions or anything? Thanks, Posh. Thanks, Tina. Thanks, guys. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed it. And I will try to finish this up today and post it on Instagram and say thank you guys for being here, which I'm always thankful that y'all are here. And I'll just continue to just build a little bit more shading. Okay. Aw, thanks, Shaz. So let me mention one more time, real quick, about the stamp swap. So the idea behind it is, and it can be any, it can be wood stamp, acrylic stamp. I'm going to probably use a lot of my hand carved stamps. And the idea is to stamp out and either stamp it on some, where you've watercolored or painted the paper, and then you stamp on it so that the stamp is already colored by the background, or stamp it in black or whatever color and then color it with pencils, paint, whatever you want to color it with, right? And then just kind of cut around it, just kind of cut around, doesn't have to be fussy cut. And it needs to be, though, on just copy paper, printer paper, not on cardstock, because the idea is to send in 10 images, different images. Don't just send like 10 of the same one. Send in 10 different images colored differently, because that's the fun part for you guys, is to color it, right? And to share it. And then what I'll do is you'll send in 10 and you'll get 9 back, because I get to keep one from everybody as the host. That's just usually how swaps work, when you do that. And what I'll do, you'll send a self-addressed stamped envelope, international. I'll pay for the return. I'll pay for the return. Don't do it now. We're going to wait and see on Wednesday how many people are interested. I want to make sure we have at least 20, 25, 30 people. Okay. I want to make sure we have enough people to make it worthwhile. And then, thanks, Animakes. And then, so what you'll do is you will send me your 10 stamped colored images along with a self-addressed stamped envelope. You won't have to put stamps on it if you're international, because I have to mail it with my stamps. They won't take Australian postage, and I have to put US postage to send it back to Australia or whatever. But you'll put this. And now if you're US, put your own stamps. Put your own stamps if you're US. And it'll probably take 3. It's always better to have 3 just to make sure. And you'll put that and your 10 printer image, printer paper, stamped, colored images in here, and send this to me. And I will swap them all out, and everybody will get 9 back. And you'll have a month. This is my plan. Now, again, we'll confirm it all on Wednesday. We'll confirm it on Wednesday. And you'll have until April 1st, a month, which is about the same time I think Janet's it's due. Her her her, oh my gosh. What's your thing called again, Janet? Why can't I think of it? Not just because I got swap on my brain now. Um uh what is it called? Somebody help me out here. Janet's project that she's doing is due scavenger hunt. Thank you. I had swap in my head and it would not go away. Janet's scavenger hunt is also due on the 1st. Now, when I say it's due to me on the 1st of April, I would still need another week and a half to do all the swapping out, right? That doesn't mean I'm going to get it in the mail on April 1st, because I have to swap it all out. But anyway, so if there's an interest in doing that, we will discuss it on Wednesday and finalize if we will do it. Okay. Here's Janet's channel. Janet comes on at 1, about an hour and a half. Thank you. I couldn't think of the scavenger hunt. And there's Hubster. So let me go see what he said about the tree trimming. I'll finish this up today while I'm watching Janet, and I'll post it on Instagram later, along with, I always try to post the picture of the cover of whatever I'm working on. I'll post the cover of, here it is, Mario Budex. This is her set of gold. That's what I'm working from. Her set of art gold book. And I think you can get it on, Etsy. Let me wait till that's done. The ISBN is 978-83-962-39242. And I think you can get it off of Etsy. I'm not sure. Came out in 2021. This is book 2. Set of Art Gold is book 2. So anyway, I hope y'all had fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, Hubster's home. I'm over the garage, people. So when the garage door opens, y'all know it's time for lunch. So, and thanks again, John, for the hat. Thank you, Janice J.L. Johnson, for my box of palettes and other goodies. And thank you, Picola, for my Trisha Gill book of colors, Zandra for my skylight, skyscraper book, and Jonna for my monastery book. So, oh, thank you, Tina. Found it. There we go. All right, and it's 38 said that's about right. That's about how much they cost. They come from Poland. She's in Poland. So, all right, guys. Well, we will either see you at Janet's or at other streamers. Hope y'all have a good rest of your Monday, and thanks everybody for thanks everybody for being here. Bye, guys.